Hi there. This is going to be a guide to help you attempt to add dual 3.5-inch hard drive bays to a case that does not have them built in. The case I have in front of me is the Thermaltake Versa H18, and it only has space for one 3.5-inch hard drive, and there's no bracket. You just mount it to the bottom of the case basically, and I needed two for instrument libraries and for data. So I kind of came up with this plan using some parts that are not necessarily designed for this, but it seems to work very well. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get right into how I did this, and I'm going to explain to you some of the things you need to keep in mind when you're setting this up so you don't encounter any problems. First off, materials. Most important one here is this Phanteks 3.5-inch stackable HDD brackets. I'll have it up on the screen right now, and I'll put a link in the description to find this. You are also going to need some very high quality adhesive. I have two options here. This is kind of squishy double-sided tape from 3M, but it's super sticky. I mean, you can just see from the side of this thing how sticky that is. You do not want your drives sliding around your case. You want them in a semi-permanent position in there. So you want good adhesive. Buy something good. The other option here is this 3M double-coated tissue tape. Stuff is super sticky. Little pads here. You can trim them to line the bottom of the hard drive bays. Other than that, you're going to need pliers and just scissors to cut the adhesive. But other than that, it's pretty much all the tools you need. Total cost, this should come in from $10 to $15. It might be up to $20 if you need to buy some adhesive. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I have them set up in my case so you can try to mimic it in your case. Obviously, your case is going to need to have enough space for these drive bays. I have them next to my power supply, as I'll show you in just a second. All right, here we go. Okay, now we're going to take a closer look at the back of the case. Sorry for the flashlight, I have really bad lighting in my room. Here you can see the two stacked hard drive bays. Normally these bays are designed to be snapped into the front of a Phanteks case. But what you can do is, see that little pocket right there? That had a metal tab to attach it to another bay, so basically you can stack as many of these as you can fit in your case. And I removed that bottom tab so that I could put adhesive flat along the bottom of that bay so that it would stick to the bottom of the case. And when I say it's stuck in there and it's, good shape, that's not going anywhere. I can shake the thing, I can lift it up. You're really going to have to torque that to get that out of there, and that's what we want. We want a semi-permanent solution. One thing to keep in mind when you're sticking these to the bottom of your case, obviously find a flat surface. I actually used existing grooves where this case would allow you to mount one 3.5-inch drive, and I put it right along those little grooves in the case. Made sure to leave enough space for any wires coming out of the power supply, and also you need to leave enough space so that you can close your case and you can attach your SATA connectors to your drive. Now I'm going to move these cables out of the way and slide the drive in to show you how it looks once you have it all set up. Okay, got some space cleared up there, and I have my 3.5-inch drive, so let's just slide this in here. And I kind of want to show you from the side angle. I'll grab that flashlight again in a second. You'll feel it has a nice shelf that it sits on in there, and once it's in, it's not going to move anywhere other than up and down. It won't move left to right. And let's get that flashlight. You can see these little rubber, I guess they're gaskets or something like that, and you're going to put your screw through there into your hard drive, and you're basically only going to attach the front two supports, or the front two holes of your hard drive to keep it secure in there. And that should be enough. It doesn't move around once you have those two in. I believe the Phanteks brackets come with these screws, and they're nice. They're little, like thumb screws. And this should allow you to secure your drive into the bracket. Take a quick look at where the mounting hole for your drive is and line it up with that little bracket there. Okay, once I have the drive lined up, just want to find that hole. There it is. Screw it in. And basically, that's going to be where the drive lives. You can see that the drive is protruding out a little further than the bracket there, and that's why you need to be careful when you put these in semi-permanently that you have space for your SATA connectors and you have space for the back panel of your case. I initially did a test run without adhesive on the bracket, and I would have had it too close to the back plate to be able, or the back panel, to be able to put my SATA connectors in there. So you can see here, I put that connector in, I will still have clearance for the back panel. And once you have your thumb screws in, I only have one in now, so it'll lift up a little bit on one side. It's pretty secure, and that's pretty much all you're going to need to do. As long as you consider the factors like clearance and you make sure you have accessibility. I have enough space between my power supply and the bracket, and I have enough space between the front of my case and the bracket to reach in there and screw these things in. You'll basically have a hard drive bay where you can hot swap drives in and out, and that's exactly what I want when I switch between computers. $10 to $15. It worked perfectly well. I couldn't find any alternative online that was better than this or cheaper than this for sure. And I think this just might work for you. Obviously, if your case has enough space, this shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to give you one closer look at how this entire thing is set up, just so you can see exactly what it looks like from all angles. I basically had just enough space front to back to fit these in the case. Drives nice and secure with a thumb screw. And honestly, this is a decent solution. There you can actually see some of the adhesive. There we go. There you can see the raised bump that the adhesive is stuck on, and that was the space that this case had for attaching one 3.5-inch hard drive. And through this cheap method, I was able to set something up so I could attach 2 drives, and it works perfectly. If you can afford it, just buy a case that has 2 hard drive bays in it. That's the easiest way to do it. That's what my Fractal Meshify C has. It basically has 2 hard drive bays exactly where these are located, but they're built in from the manufacturer. And that case, I think, is like $65 now, and I think I paid $55 for this. So for the extra $10, save yourself the hassle. Just buy it with them. But if your case doesn't have it, this could be very valuable to you. All right, thanks a lot for watching, and have a good day.